Good afternoon, everyone. It's that time. It's that time. It's that time, isn't it? So, this is it. This is it. It's the last round of the Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup. Welcome on, everyone, to my live stream. My name's Danny C. Let's get down to business, shall we? I hope everyone is good and I hope everyone is well. So let's get straight to it then. So, we are in a race that should have been taking place over a week ago if it hadn't been for the PlayStation servers that have been down at one point. But we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. We're just one more round. And so here's what's going to be happening also. So just to look at the last round, that what's going to be happening is that we're going to be racing at Daytona, as it's going to be a 20-lap race, which you will need to pit once. The tyres and fuel consumption rate, obviously the tyre wears obviously set to ×4, and then you've got the fuel consumption rate set to ×3 as well. So obviously that it's just a case of see how things will pan out, and depending who I'm up against in the lobby I'll be putting for the 2 o'clock slot. So but yeah, it's and what will happen too is that you will have 5 minutes of qualification, as well as the refueling speed set to ×10, which shouldn't be an issue with the fuel. And you have to use the racing medium tyres, which is the only dry tyre compound that you'll have to use, even though that track don't rain at all. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Should be any moment when I get to 45, and then I'll enter the 2 o'clock slot in the lobby. So not even too bad of it as it turned out, with the manufacturers rankings as well as the regional rankings, despite having some of the races where it might have not offered me enough points and so, but obviously with the first round at Suzuka were just a 14th place alone was just yeah, that's obviously taking a hit, you know what I mean? So, and then round 3, I felt I could have achieved more. If any other circumstances that had got in my way, but that it's just part of the game, I guess. And then you also have the next one over at Interlagos, where you also have a not a bad outing at Interlagos, having started P8 and then finished P6. So I'm just looking forward to finishing off on the positive note. Like I said, I have no idea who's my competition going to be until we get put into our lobby. So let's get into the slot, and then we'll get down to business. And luckily, they've put in they've kept the times before the PSN servers outrage, which is good for sure. So it's just literally, just to be sure that you just get into the rhythm once more. And tyres in the other hand, I just had no issue. Having done some tyre testing in one of the lobbies the other time, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make sure they just either perform the undercut or the overcut. It depends which way, how the race goes, really. I'll just change the oil as well as washing the car, so I should just get the maximum amount of myself in the cars. And Indian Stig's dropped by him to wish me luck. Thank you very much, my friend. He is live on YouTube for those who like to go and check him out. And what he does as well, he does open lobbies, even in the sprint races in any car category, as well as the Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers and Nations Cup practice lobbies. He also does the daily races. So Indian Sting's your guy to go and check out for those who like to go and have a look. So thank you very much for stopping by to spare a moment to wish me luck, and I wish you all the best as well on the last round. Bit of oversteer after that corner. May have lost a couple of tenths on that sector and through the chicane, but it's just getting into the groove with the the brake balance, etc., to be sure that I'm properly up to speed. Welcome along, Miles, to the channel. Thank you very much for the sub. Nice to meet you. I hope you're well, and I hope all is well from your end too. And seeing as you're new, about myself, I do open lobbies as well as some league racing ventures, and I also do some manufacturers and Nations Cup races when I get a chance. So welcome along, my friend. So it's just I could get into trying to catch up me best lap time goes, but also bearing in mind with the strategy coming into play with a 20 lap race that will be taking place at Daytona, which you have to pit once. Get into the 44s now. We're getting faster now. So I'm not even far off the 43s. So I'll be looking at a low 44, which I have done. Clipped the grass too much. But not to worry. Okay. Hold on 1 second. There we go. So I'll get one more lap after going through the chicane, and then just have a breather before I get put into a lobby. Overall, it's been up and down, this exhibition series in the Manufacturers Cup, in all honesty. Although I may have started P8 in Japan, and then ended up in 14th when I was suffering with tyre wear massively towards the end, which, as it turned out, having stayed out for 14 laps on mediums and then suffering on the soft tyres, with that combo, it's just not pleasant for some. Not pleasant for some pad players, but that's just the way it goes, really, I guess. And obviously, we're getting to Belgium, qualified in the top 8, I think it were, and then I was looking in contention to do well, and then obviously somebody pushed me after slipping off the AstroTurf out to the top of Radion, which left me damage for the entire stint on the dry section until the rain started to open up once more, and then I was able to repair the car and then just finish it in the 7th. So I started 7th and finished 7th, which is not the end of the world. Could have been worse, but then the next race turned out to be really promising, with a 6th place finish from 8th place. And I was the only Toyota Supra driver in that lobby. As it turned out, that I was able to just drive the nuts out of it, as it was strong in sector 1 and then strong in sector 3. But I had to wrestle it to just chain the corners together the best I can in sector 2 at Interlagos. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a breather and just have a look at the times of what everyone's done across the world. So we've got one in the Viper. So there's a mixture of Vipers and Supras in the top 9. We've got a Genesis, of course, a couple of Genesis. One in the NS6, that is the former world champion. SLS AMG 2011. That's a good shout. I don't see that many of the SLS AMGs for quite some time, but definitely worth using at this track, of course, for those who are signed with Mercedes AMG, of course. And there's a few Porsches, the BMWs. Quite a mixture, really. So whilst we wait for the countdown, I'm just going to quickly go for a toilet break, and then she'll put me into lobby, so it'll be 2 secs. Let's do this. Good luck, everyone. Good luck to those who are taking part in the first round, and those that are taking part in the last lot later on. Good luck, everyone. Let's see. Okay, so there's Christians. So let's have a look at the points table. So 374 points for a race win. And it's very much the same point system as the last one at Interlagos. And we've got Prototype who's been there very much in every lobby. So, and somebody praying for everything to be fair, but you cannot promise anything sometimes. So we've got a mixture of cars with Lambos, BMWs, Viper, Ferrari, Porsches, BMW, Alpha, of course, and I'm the only Supra, and I'm the only Toyota Supra driver once more, interestingly. So, we're out. So too is the other cars. They're trying to get out. She need to get on with it now, as I've got some cars behind me that are looking to try and steal the tow, which is what most of the people are planning on doing. I can see 3 people that are that close together, and one's just a little distant. Let's go. Good luck, everyone. We've got a car further up the hill, up close to the wall. Let's see what I could do for this qualifying stint. Doesn't feel too bad this lap. Let's see what time can I get. Will I get even quicker? We will find out very shortly. So we're starting to see some quality times coming through. Feels like I'm slightly catching up the car up front. Into the 44s. Bit wide into that corner. Two tenths down, but we can make it up. Oh, somebody's had a moment there. Unlucky, buddy. Getting 2 tenths in that sector. Having been 2 tenths down. Just need to put it all together on the last hurdle and hope that I've improved my time. So this sector is looking promising. Just need to get close to that car as possible to try and get a bit of tow. Still up also. Every gear change counts. Hugging that line as best I can. Come on. Let's go. Fifth place so far. It's a BMW 1-2 at the moment. So down to 6, down to 7. So someone has managed to improve their lap time, unless they've been slipstreaming each other. So it's just down to 2 people. I know that one's obviously out of the equation, having spun off. But it's over to the finish driver. So that's a 7th place start. So well done to Christian for taking pole position. Anyway, the top 8 is still good, which also helps increase the DR. Getting close to that time now. A lot of congratulations message passed on to Christian for the pole position. But the race is a different story, as we are about to get down to business and do the talking on the track. Good luck to those who are taking part of this one, and good luck to those who are taking part on the last one. Play the music. Let's get down to business and do the talking on the track. Let's go. Let's go for it. Engine notes rising to the top whilst we're all getting set to begin the final race of the exhibition series. And there's myself with number 4. Can hear the noisy Lamborghini engine behind me, so I don't need to look back. Bit wide there. Somebody sent it also. Well, the good thing is I kept it within the striking distance of the car up front, so I just kept my nose clean. So far so good. It's just the fuel's another matter as well. Bit of bump drafting going off as it seems. Gained some momentum through that chicane. I may be a distant back as well. Can see some puffy smoke going off from some competitors, giving each other a bit of a bump draft. So it's like playing a game of chess. Oh. Oopsies. There we go. Patience is virtue. You make most of the opportunity, whereas others drop like flies. So if you could be nice to me with a slight little nudge from the back, Keaton, that would be very much appreciated. Don't take people out though. Heaton appreciates that also. A slight little nudge. Oh, Heaton's had a moment there. It's alright. It's alright, buddy. Bit of a slide through that corner, which didn't help a bit. And I'm just doing my best to try and keep up with Heaton. But I still got that slip also. had to slow down to touch there to stop trying not to exceed the track limits also. At least it got a bit of a toe to stay within touching distance as the top three are working together to try and get away from the rest of the pack. So we have got even closer to the third place driver. And the top three are 3.3 seconds apart. The top five, sorry. Feels like I lost a bit of touching distance there, sadly, but a long way to go. Yeah, I can see all the top three of them top four fighting each other now. And this is where things are starting to get heated. What's my fuel looking like? Not too bad, of course. I might have done myself over with that penalty. Not this time, as I got lucky somehow. Anybody dive into the pits? Nope, not yet. Tyres are good. Fuel is just need to top up a bit. So they are busy fighting over each other, which is a good thing. So it gives me a chance to close up the top four, whilst the lot of them are battling each other. Oh no! Unlucky, buddy. Unlucky. The British driver in the BMW spun around on his own. Oh, you feel for him. But that's another position gained. So we just keep the momentum. So any of the top three diving into the pits? We will find out very shortly. Because I'm going to not only change the tyres, but to also put some fuel in. Nope. They're not diving into the pits, I'll just keep going. I've got some clean air, just a touch. Whereas the top three are busy squabbling. That gives me a chance to try and close up to the best I can in the current state of tyres and the fuel load also. I got a feeling they're all going to be coming into the pits on the next lap. We're in. And that left the other person hanging. Some new tyres. Just need to put some fuel in. The Spaniards saved a bit of fuel. New tyres, more fuel. It's strategy time. Let's get down to business and do the talking on the track. I feel like Maverick off Top Gun. I should call myself a Top Gun Danny. So the other people are pitting for some new tyres and fuel. Come on, Supra. Give you that ability of a rocket ship. Get a bit twitchy, that BMW. Oh, we performed the undercut. We're up into P3. You might have fresher tyres than me by a single lap. But it's up to you if you want to give me a bump draft or not. But just be mindful on the approach to the bus stop. Throwing the car like I'm leaving nothing off the table. But he's still sticking with me in the Porsche. Listen, Christia's heat on. If you're listening to the stream, if you want to win, we'll work together to try and catch up to the Spaniard, who may be a bit of a distance ahead. So it's up to you. Let's see what we can do. Obviously, Christias is making most of the clean air touch, and I'm just staying within this slip. We're just over half race distance done. I start at P7, and now I'm within contention of a good result. Big lift up the to the run up to T1. Is Heaton going to give me a push, or is he going to go for the overtake as he's 2 tenths behind me? I don't need to look back, I could just hear the inline straight six engine from the Porsche. I'm much closer than I've been to Chris Diaz, the Swiss driver. Might give him a slight little nudge, but I'm not too sure when we get closer to the start-finish line. I might even go for the overtake. Nah, just be sensible. So if you want to overtake me, you can do. And I'll give you a nudge best I can. Oh, don't want it. He sent it, gone for the push to pass. It's not over yet. The top four are within 8 tenths for the race win. This is excited as he gets. Oh, they're all working together. Oh my goodness, this is going to be one of the most intense ending to this Manufacturers' Cup race. Who's going to win out of the top four, unless somebody else takes the opportunity? Oh. Patience, patience. A bit of a argy-bargy going off there between the top three. Heat on Senti on the inside. I think now's the time to take the opportunity for the race win. Might have gone a bit corner greedy, but thought about it. This is where it's going to go down to the wire with 2 laps remaining. Has the British driver got the heat on the fresh, sticky, soft rubber? Medium, sorry. So we're about to get into the last lap. Last lap. This is it. It's all or nothing. Might be out of sight of the waste ring unless something happens. This is it. Oh, Heaton's missed out on the race win. Who's gonna get P2? Ah. Oh. I'll take a podium. Wow. Heaton with that penalty. Oof. Unlucky, buddy. You had to feel after what was an exceptional race until a bit of a collision between Heaton and somebody else, but so I thought, you know what, just like sit back, be patient, and then obviously as it turned out that things did get pretty intense, and so there you have it. The win was there, but it doesn't matter whether I finished first or second, or second or third I should say, but importantly I enjoyed it. So there is a third place finish, having started 7th. I'll take it. Happy days. A podium's a podium. I'll just reply, message these. Anybody enjoyed that one? But yeah, it was a good race from my end. To say that about a main places, how many points does that get me? 281. A few more points were up for grabs for second and third. So now they've got the replay. I'm going to provide you some highlights of the of how the race unfolded from my perspective before I open the ticket. So let's go into showcase, and we put the replay up and see how things panned out from that end. So although I was revving a lot on the stand, well, in the standing still. So I had literally bills on, just obviously just giving me bit of a wake-up call that somehow the Lamborghini was quick off the rolling start, and I had to defend. As I knew, I thought for a moment I was just biding my own time and space to be sure to just allow myself all the patience I need to be sure that I get there. So, and let's see what's happened to the to Bilzon. So Bilzon at his breaking point got rear-ended, of course. So he misjudged his breaking point, so that's what left Bilzon some rear bumper damage, which were unfortunate. So we've got the Ferrari driver going wheel to wheel, of course, and there's Heaton myself just trying to keep up with a lot of them, even though that I've gained some momentum through the bus stop. So I just had to lift off, allow myself all the time and patience I need, and let others have a fight. So obviously no issues from that end. The Ferrari driver sent it, thought about it, but chose to fight for another time. So we get into lap 3 or something where what you're about to see is a bit of carnage. You just sit back, allow all the time and patience you need. And there you have it. Patience is virtue. So you take a moment, let others have a fight, and make most of their misfortunes. So Eton, of course, was obviously. Let's see how we, just sent it. Well, obviously, he made most of somebody's contact, and luckily, well, Claudius had rear bumper damage, as Eton were the innocent victim, and then they just checked him out. So that he should have just carried on, not carried on. He should have just waited along, but so. As the race unfolded, then obviously with Eton being deemed at fault for carrying on. Although he were all right with me, just to give you the nudge to keep pushing up the field forward. And I thought, you know what, if you got the pace, you can have a go, and I'll just do my best to try and give you the tow, a bit of a bump draft, to catch up with the top 3. So everyone was all sound, no damages. Obviously Prototype had damage, and so too is the Italian Claudius. And although I was a bit distant away from the top 4, but what I've done also, looking on the lap times, that I will just set an okay pace, and obviously Eton was putting the heat on the fast laps, whereas others were just doing 45s. And one had to come into the pits. Nope. It was that moment where the British driver lost it. Don't think there was any contact for what I saw at first. But if you flick it up to second and third, apply the throttle best you can. He just lost it on his own. That driver lost it on his own. So obviously it was like a game of chess where you have obviously the top 2 are pitting in, and I had to pit as well. So therefore that I had to perform the undercut over the British driver in the Greg's Porsche. So it was that point where clean air is king, as Oscar Piastri said before. You just want to make good use of the clean air. And then you have Eton along with 2 other drivers who are pitted for new tyres and some fuel. And there you see Eton, of course, spawning on the pit exit. And therefore, I performed the undercut over the British driver. So that, of course, gets us into the podium. Although he was right on my backside for this whole time, and then I felt that I had the pace to catch up to the Swiss driver, so it took me quite some laps, although I may have fluffed some lines in some corners, to keep up with the Spaniard. but he did well to keep up with the top three heat on. So it was that moment where I thought, do I go for the overtake? Do I not go for the overtake? I'll just sit back, because there was another 5 laps remaining, and a lot can happen for sure. So it was that point where I thought, if you got the pace heat on, then put some fast lap in. As you can see, the tyre difference between the one lapper later that he pitted and mine's not even too bad. The BMW, of course, is not too bad. The Viper's not too bad also. So it's getting intense with the 4 of us in the battle for the race win, which you don't get that very often in Formula 1. Even though the Spaniard was feeling the pressure, and he had rear bumper damage. He had rear bumper damage somehow. Yeah, it was kind of a knock, and then somehow we got lucky to avoid the moment where you just tap somebody. That Christian, of course, were flashing in lights a bit at the Spaniard, saying, sorry, just keep going. And Eaton wasn't even aware himself. And how the Spaniard managed to deal with the rear bumper damage, I don't know. So it came down to the last couple of laps. The British driver was putting the heat on for the race win, fueled by Greg's, of course. Heaton goes for the overtake for the win. So we're just about to enter the last lap of the race. I had to duck out, just I thought I might stand a chance, but I'll be suffering with no slip in front of me. But I just had to chain the corner together. I thought about it, and then I thought twice. I was lucky to not collect the Swiss driver. The Heaton, of course, I like to see him how he ended up in that situation. We thought he had that covered. And very much most of the 4 of us are low on fuel, but it was enough to get us to the end. I thought of going for the overtake, but now I just need to power out, which wasn't enough to get a slingshot also. So let's see what part of the section did he cut the corner. Oh, it was just the smallest of margins. See, if I could just... So this is just that small margin where it was just over that white line, having gone over the curb. That is devastating, of course. The Spaniard, of course, although he may be suffering some rear bumper damage, but somehow managed to win it. And I thought I was going to get a slingshot out of the Swiss driver, but not really the case. But we was able to go wheel to wheel in the battle for P2, and the Spaniard weaving around, jumping for joy, somehow managing to win the race. And that just leaves, I just need to get a good photo. Although that I'm not too bad on photos myself, it's just I just need that. So just get a good photo there. And this was the scene for the second to last race, the last lap of the race in the Manufacturers Cup. So add that to me thumbnail, of course. So there we have it. That is what was a wicked race indeed from my end. So let's open the ticket and we'll close off the stream in Escapes Movies. A 3-star roulette ticket, of course. It's better than nothing, I guess. 5k credits. So, let's get into the Escapes Movies and close off the stream. Thank you very much to those who joined in to say hello while passing by. And obviously, thank you. Welcome to the new subs to my channel. Very much appreciated support. And so, the summary of this race in my stream: started 7th and I finished 3rd. The win was there, but it was very close. But obviously, it was a lovely way to finish off the Manufacturers Cup Series in Exhibition 1 with a positive, which is a good thing. And I enjoyed it, which is the most important thing. And anyone liking the content, hit the like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, so in other words, I'm going to cut short. May you all have a great day, great evening, wherever you are, whatever you're up to. And most of all, look after yourself, stay safe. And from myself, Dennis C, I'm going to have to get going now. And on that note, I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.